Hey guys, we've just finished another 76 build. Just want to run you through a few of the changes that we're making through the design. It was requested by the customer, so we thought we'd give it a shot and it's worked out pretty well. So I just want to show you guys what's going on with it. Bit of a change in the bed height, cavity space. Overall dimensions are slightly different, so let's just run through it, have a look. First things first, aluminium roof skin. We've developed it for the 76 as well. It's actually the same roof as the 80 once you've trimmed it down. So we'll be rolling out aluminium roof skins on the 80, as well as the 76, the 60 series and the Troopies, obviously you already got them. So again, these roofs are aluminium, they're 2 mil thick and they're laser welded onto the aluminium frame. So it just becomes one complete unit then. It's a lot stronger. It's a lot more resistance to vibration as well. So maintaining factory look, it's a bit of a thing that we have at Headspace campers, just trying to keep the vehicle looking factory as much as possible. And obviously as slim down as possible too. Just while I'm here, these are our new Anderson sockets that we've developed. We've actually linked up with a customer of ours. He's a Trooper customer and he does a bit of 3D printing and he's developed this material. It's a lot more rock solid with UV because obviously Australia, we've got a hectic UV over here. So he's made that, so that's got a bit of carbon fiber in it, high UV resistance, high impact resistance, and it copes with the heat very well too. So he's made those, he's got a little logo in the middle of it, which is pretty cool. Solar input, auxiliary power outlet. They're about a 50 amp socket, so more than enough for your roof. Pretty much everyone's putting either lights or solar panels or both of them on their roof rack or their roof. And typically you got to drill a hole somewhere and put a grommet, it's a bit messy. So we've integrated this. That wiring goes directly in through the insulation of the roof and down through into the vehicle. So it maintains water ingress, prevents that from happening, and obviously keeps it looking pretty stock and factory. Obviously way easier too. Like once you've got a roof rack on here, it's you just plug straight in. And then the cable, which is coiled up down here inside the vehicle, it's coiled up, run that to your battery or your solar regulator and away you go. You're not having to run wiring through your car, which is the most expensive part of an insulation of electrical stuff. Wait till you get the bill from your auto electrician. So that does save a lot of cost down the track. So roof racks, XploreAus linked up with us to do the roof rack for the 78, the Troopy. Has since made one for the 76. We're gonna roll that out for the 80 and the 60 series as well. Bit smaller, so it is a bit lighter. Probably looking around that 12, 13 kilogram mark. But yeah, essentially that's a plug and play system. It's designed for this. It bolts straight onto these Yakima Universal Q8 tracks, and it clears the roof by about 10 millimeters, so it's super low profile. Again, put your solar on top, put your surfboards on top, whatever you like. Sort of starting from the top as we were and making our way down. We did it on the last 76. We've now rolled it out for all the troop carriers. It's a full-size awning. So this awning will cover the entire window, just like the side awnings do. So it's an extra 300 millimeters longer, which is a lot of canvas, but it's pretty worth it when it's belting out with rain. Same canvas as the Troopy. So it's that 380 GSM, 8 ounce double proofed, extremely high mold resistance. Everything's made in-house, so these are pretty good tents. We've been using them for most of the time at Headspace now. So pretty stoked with them. Radius of the corners. 76, unlike the Troopy, has a lot bigger radius. I was just chatting to one of the boys about it, how he got it so perfect, because it's really hard to draw a contour radius like that in CAD and then to make it on a CNC press. He actually made this by hand. He cut the piece on the laser and then made his own mold with some metal pipe, heated up, made his own mold, like a half pipe, and then he bent these in one hit. So bit of a nod to the fabricators for being able to achieve that. Actually see like how perfect that radius is, because if you follow that, I don't know if you can see it from there, but if you follow that reflection off the window and come right up to here, it's the same reflection all the way up. So I guess that isn't a bit of a thing for the Headspace, just maintaining that factory look as much as possible, keeping that curvature of the car, keeping it look slim and tidy. Okay, so just jumping inside the car, I just want to chat about these multi-mounts that we're making. To make the roof conversion lighter, we're taking away that full solid angle that we have in the Troopy conversion and just having the mount exactly where we need it and the ledges where we need them. We do pick up on, a lot of people have asked actually, are we drilling new holes into the body of the car? We don't need to. There are holes all the way along here and some of them are threaded. So we've just picked up on threaded holes which have a nut welded to the back of them from factory. So we've got the one mount here, we've got another serious mount up here, and we've actually got a tool on the back as well. So it's got 6 mounts throughout the whole car, which is more than enough for a roof conversion of this size. Essentially just allows us to not have to drill new holes and to keep it all as neat as possible And then we finish it off with this carpet layer as well. So behind here is like a closed cell foam, so it doesn't hold the moisture. But it basically, like, that's quite an ugly contour behind there. If you've ever pulled the roof lining out of your 76, it's pretty average behind there. So we just closed cell foam all the way along, and then we carpet over the top of it. And we tuck it into the top of the underside of the conversion here and into the trimmings. So it's what we've come up with. It's extremely neat and tidy. A couple of people have already looked at this and asked us, you know, where's the factory line and where's the part that you come into? So I think we've nailed it there. This conversion in particular, we've actually made it slimmer than our first ever roof conversion, the Merlot red one. We've come down 15 millimeters on the lower frame, and we've managed to suck the roof down another 10 millimeters as well. So this conversion is actually 25 mil lower overall external height than our first ever Merlot red roof conversion. As such, the bed, instead of it being about 65 mil up from that door ledge on the first ever conversion, we've come down that 15 mil of the bed. So it makes it a bit worse having these human seats because they lift you up a little bit compared to the factory. But the owner of the vehicle isn't bothered because he's a shorter guy like myself, so keeps it factory looking nice and slim. You do forgo that shelf that we've managed to put in here previously, that mini storage shelf. It's not too bothered about it, rather go for the aesthetics. Instead, we've just reused the actual headliner of the vehicle. We've just trimmed it off. I don't know if you can see that, but right there's a trim point, and we've just got the factory headline that goes back in there with extra insulation behind it to reduce any wind noise or anything like that coming through the cab. So that's just been lined in our black carpet, which obviously, as I said before, we've just lined the entire vehicle in it as well. So everything still works as normal. Not that you ever use that light, but that's all back where it needs to be. As I've just been saying, minimizing height, minimizing bed height, everything's getting lower. You're probably wondering, is there any room left inside the cavities when you close the roof? So this is still a 75 mil mattress in here. It's got a memory foam top on it. We've moved away from our 40 mil thick resin infused bed base. This is the same stuff. It's still a resin infused bed base, but it's a lot high density foam. So it's the same weight as the thicker version that we use in the Troopies, but it's like half the thickness. So now we've just gained an extra 20-25 mil of cavity space just by going with a thinner bed base. And you probably can't really tell, but like it's absolutely solid. So we haven't lost any strength, but we've just gained an extra 25 mil, which doesn't sound like a lot, but an inch of cavity space is massive in here. That's the difference between just, well, as you know, 75 mil mattress or 100 mil mattress. So it's going with a 75 mil mattress on this one, purely because not a heavy bloke, doesn't need that extra thick mattress, and would rather be able to just throw extra clothes, extra pillows and blankets up in, not have to worry about it. So 76 series rear conversion, as I said, 55-degree tilt, gives you just over 1900, it's about 1950, 1960 millimeters of absolute head height in here. So there's enough room to move around. I know I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but it's still pretty bloody spacious. Fans, they're factory, they're standard with a premium model finish, and they're red and white light as well. USB charging ports. Throw your phone up here, watch movies with your laptop in here. It's all the same as a Troopy conversion. We're just out in the 76, taking for a little test drive. We're sitting at about 96, 97 k's an hour now. Just checking for wind noise in the conversion. We have made a few alterations to the curvature of the front of it. So we're just checking to make sure that we're not getting some turbulence through that hinge. Also just checking for any rattles or any noises that's in the back. Biggest thing we find in manufacturing so far in the 4 years we've been operating is that you change one thing and then it's a snowball effect or a chain reaction, and it just changes a multitude of other things that you don't foresee. So part of the process when we do make any changes in conversions is just to give them a good test run, get up to some speed, do a bit of wobbling around, make sure the conversion's sturdy, and just checking, as I said, for rattles and wind noise. It's the biggest thing. That's a wrap up of the 76 roof conversion. We'll keep you updated if anything more comes, but I think that's going to be it for now. And we've got a few more to do in the next couple of months, so stay tuned on the socials and you'll see them coming to life. Cheers.